In Parshat Reey, chapter 13, we have the narrative of the false prophet, the Navi Sheker. What happens if a man arrives and he performs miracles and he tells you, I'm sent by God, and these miracles prove it? What are we supposed to do? The Torah is very definite. It says, if that man, or actually woman, if anybody comes along and says something, and doesn't matter what miracles they produce, and the effect of their words is, he says, don't follow the way of the Torah, no matter what he or she does, we must not listen to them. This is part of the challenge of life. You might ask, why does God give us these challenges? And that's part of the whole idea of freedom of choice in the world, that things happen that challenge us all the time. But this is an important issue because we Jews have been faced by Christianity and by Islam. Both of them have said, look, our leader, whether it's Jesus or Muhammad, has the message directly from God. And basically what he's saying is, you Jews, you've got it wrong. This is the new way, the new deal, the New Testament or the Quran. Our Torah has already told us we mustn't listen, no matter what they say, no matter how many miracles, no matter how many countries they conquer, no matter how powerful they are. Anybody who tells us to stop following Torah, we do not listen to. And this is the challenge that we face. If we therefore are committed to all this, why don't we try and find something new? Is it just because the Torah told us we shouldn't, and therefore we are just blindly following? Well, yes, that is definitely part of our tradition. And those of us who want to be loyal to our tradition will remain loyal to our tradition, despite the fact that both Christianity and Islam have killed us and tortured us and made life hell on earth. We have managed somehow or other to survive. Don't ask me how. I don't understand how people were strong enough to survive the oppression that they had to put up with. We, for all the anti-Semitism that's still around and the anti-Israelism, we have it so much better, we're so much more fortunate than some of our forefathers were. So here we are in a situation in which we are faced by other religions. How do I deal with it? And when I meet my non-Jewish friends, and they say to me, well, look, Christianity wants the same sort of thing, to make a better world, to be a better person. And Islam says we're a religion of peace, we want to be peaceful. Why can't you accept them? And my answer is this, and I base myself on Rav Saadia Gaon, the great rabbi who lived over 1,000 years ago in Iraq and wrote his famous book, Emunot V'Deot, Beliefs and Opinions, in which he said a person should always examine the right way to behave, always explore the world and see what's going on, and pursue truth. But in the meantime, until you've found it, you still have to have a home base. And so stick with your home base. By all means, go on, explore. But stick with your home base until you find something better. And I follow that advice. And I have to say that I have looked at other religions, almost all religions. I spent a lot of time on interfaith. And a lot of them have important, valuable ideas. And we share most of the fundamentals. All religions share most of the fundamentals of wanting humans to be good human beings and to have a relationship with our maker or with the source of the universe or however you want to define it. The difference is how we carry this out. What is the methodology of reaching the goal? And what I like about Torah is the fact that it asks us to be part of the world, not to withdraw from society, not to withdraw into monasteries, but enables us, through the mitzvot, day by day, in the things that we do, daily, weekly, and during the year, to think about our actions, to focus on how we eat, how we behave, and what we do. We don't always follow. It's a framework, and it's a target and a goal for us to achieve. It's rather like if somebody were to say to me, why do you use a knife and fork? There are lots of other ways of getting your food to your mouth, and my answer is, yes, there are indeed. And I've been trained to use a knife and fork, and it's the easiest way for me to get food to my mouth. If you can come up with a more efficient, more effective way that enables me to get food to my mouth cleanly without dirtying my fingers and get soup and liquid into my mouth, I would probably adopt it. And there are people who change to use chopsticks, for example, and some people who used to like to use their hands. But for the food that we have and the way that I live, that's the best way. And so I believe that Torah manages to achieve all the goals. It manages to achieve what other religions want to achieve, but it goes a stage further. It adds a greater intensity, a greater depth. And in a sense, you might say, it's elitism. It demands a lot. It demands much more than most others of the ordinary person, because we don't believe the priesthood or any elite have a higher standard. We all have to be a nation of priests, and part of that, it demands more of us. And in that sense, it pulls us up, because it's higher level of expectation to a higher level of spirituality. We don't all adhere to it. Many of us fall by the wayside, and many of us fail. But I believe the higher the goals, the higher the standard, the higher the expectations, the more we can deliver on.